I'm Liane Jackson, Senior Law Editor at Forbes, and I am joined today by Jon-Jorge Aras, one of our legal analysts. And I'm really happy to have you with us today, Jon-Jorge. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We have a lot to talk about because this week, Special Counsel Jack Smith has been very busy. He first filed a superseding indictment in the case against former President Donald Trump regarding the alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election. This superseding indictment was intended to clarify his previous case. Last month, the Supreme Court came out with a decision saying that presidents are a controversial decision, I might add, saying that presidents are immune from certain official acts. And this was a proactive attempt by the special counsel to try to cure that defect. I want you to talk a little bit about whether this was a good move, whether this was the best move to sort of try to head the issues off at the pass before even allowing Judge Chutkan to make decisions on the individual counts. What are your thoughts on his decision to take this route?
I think given the fact that Jack Smith clearly wants to go forward, right? The Department of Justice and him as special counsel are not giving up on these cases, even though the Supreme Court ruling was pretty strongly stating that a president in his capacity in any official act really has broad immunity, especially when the president is dealing with the Department of Justice. So what did Jack Smith do? He refashioned the indictment to cut it down. I think it was about 45 pages before. Now it's around 35 pages. And he took out a lot of references to the president's direct interactions with the Department of Justice and has really narrowed the case down and trying to focus on what former President Trump did as a candidate, as Jack Smith has termed it. He's trying to place former President Trump as a candidate who had a running mate in Mike Pence and acting in that capacity to now bring the same four charges that he originally brought. So it's a proactive move. He's trying to cut it down. So in front of the honorable judge, he's going to be able to make arguments to say, I've conformed with what the Supreme Court has put out there. I've put it into play that this is former President Trump acting in the capacity of essentially a citizen and not acting in the capacity of the president of the United States. I've abided by the ruling. The indictment moves forward, and this case should move forward. So I do think that it was a proactive move. I'm not sure that he had any real other options. His case was in jeopardy. I mean, there's no other way to say it. His case was in big jeopardy. And we know in the Florida case as well, the documents case, that case had been dismissed. So the way I view it is that Special Prosecutor Jack Smith is really trying to cobble together what he has left of his cases. And this was an opportunity for him to do that, albeit under the incredible weight of the Supreme Court decision, which was strong and really, I don't know if it expanded presidential immunity, but it made very clear that a president in his official acts is going to get widespread immunity for that conduct.